Good morning. Welcome to ATI ProMedia. We're powered by advanced trading. We thank you for joining the show. Don't forget to click, like, and subscribe. Well, the script's writing itself again today, but not quite as exciting as past days. We have our night market, which we opened up last night and gently went up. And then we're coming down a little bit, seeing some good price action in the cattle. Let's look at those markets real quick. As we go down to LaSalle Street, then the one and only Connor B is going to help me break down the headlines. We're going to talk about premium content. Then we're going to go back. We have a lot of stuff going on here in-house that we need to get to. Short show today, so let's get into it. All right, let's take a look at the markets. July corn up 2 3/4 quarters. Having a hard time speaking today. D's corn up a few. Soybeans, July up 1.5. Nove up 2 3/4. Take it down to wheat. Uh, Border Trade wheat up 3, KC up 4, Minneapolis up 1 3/4. Those were up a bunch more just a little bit ago. Cattle firm again. Cattle up 25. Feeders, hello, up 155. Hogs doing hog things down 82. Gold down 12. All eyes on Wall Street. Nvidia, the stock that we all wish we would have bought when it was a lot lower. Nvidia earnings after the close, I promise you, wherever the Dow, the S&P, and especially the NASDAQ close, that won't be where it reopens. So a lot going on there. All right, bring them in. Connor B, what's going on, buddy?
Doing good, doing good. So, got a ton of a good, probably half inch, maybe more in spots, but it was a pretty narrow strip. It really hit me just in central Illinois. I think to the north, we got a weather map that shows it. Northern Illinois, right? If they have planning that still needs to be done, I think they missed a chunk of it. So, hopefully, they've still got that window open. And so, good to see some really strong wins. And so, other thing, like you said, Tommy, kind of a light news day, right? To me, it's still wheat markets are still the leader. That's what we're it's going to be the week of wheat. That's a tongue twister. But and just looking at that, let's talk a little bit about the wheat corn spread, right? That price spread, it's getting very interesting. And then we'll look a little bit Nvidia, like you said. So let's get into it, Tommy.
Connor, keep going for 10 more seconds. I'm sending an
Oh
email.
boy.
Hey, milk
Oh boy.
closed it down yesterday. Talk about that a little bit. Your kids
No,
probably drink a lot of milk.
we got a little bit over it, but we are still, our milk budget's high. I want to look at the weather map. I'll go ahead and pull that in there. And so, just this past day, as you can see, I'm a little bit southeast of Springfield in Illinois. We got decent rains. Iowa, some severe weather. Right. I hope everyone's okay. If you're watching this,
Oh,
Iowa's okay.
horrible. Devastated.
Um,
Hey, uh, real quick on
he's
Iowa.
back.
Bring me back in. I had
Get
to
him
send out
back.
an email. Um, we're working and broadcasting live here daily at 9. Um, okay, we have friends and clients right around that area. Uh,
Yep.
uh, Myself, Ryan Fogel, Dave Lechtenberg. We have a whole bunch of clients around that Des Moines area, and I started texting them last night, and they're like, "No, we're okay, we're safe." But a true tragedy in some of those towns, and that's where they got leveled. That's horrible. But the rain and the wind and the storms, I've never seen a tornado just pick up a windmill and throw it around like little rag doll. Just horrible news. Uh, the client I spoke with, excuse me, the client I spoke with, he did lose a bin. I only thing I wanted to say to him was, "What the heck did it still have grain in it?" There was grain on the floor. I'm like, "What are you doing?" Now I know you have a little grain in that bin. But tough times. Mother Nature's large and in charge. A
Yep.
lot of things don't scare me. I am scared of tornadoes. Like when they say tornado,
You're
I
in the
am usually in
basement.
the basement. I'm in the basement, and I'm lucky I have a basement. Okay, and I have a basement that with cement around it, 8 feet under the ground, or as Scott Shaladay says, in my mom's basement. Um, but a lot of people, you live on a ranch and that thing comes through. There's only so much hiding in a bathtub you can do. So just absolute tragedy. Remember that guy we talked about before, that guy with that weather live stream,
Yes.
that
Yep.
Ryan something? Oh my God, he had 120,000 people on streaming live. That guy, when there's a storm, if you want to have anxiety, put on his channel, go for a walk and just listen to him. Oh, it's hard to watch because he knows when the tornado hits, he says, "Okay, you see that purple? That's the debris in the air." And so when that storm went through that town, he said it's horrible because they could actually see the stuff on the radar spinning in the air. Anyway, back to show. Thoughts and prayers for all those people.
Yep.
It upset me. I had a hard
Absolutely.
time going to bed last night.
Absolutely. And so other looking at that also, I'm going to flip it over to planning progress, right? That's still we're going to debate. Iowa made some great progress last week. I think they still have some rain in the forecast. So if anything wasn't in the ground, it's going to be interesting to see leading into next week what progress is going to be. And the other thing, right, we got Memorial Day Monday, right? So trading markets will be closed Monday. We won't see that planning progress report. Am I right there, Tommy? I don't think it comes out on Memorial Day. It'll come out the next day on Tuesday at 3, I believe. Stop me if I'm wrong there. But then we'll see trading resume at 8:30. So keep that in mind. Short trading week next week.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like a holiday week here, and I think people today's Wednesday, you have Thursday. I might be off Friday. I hope you guys are around. I could do it, but I have a charity golf outing right here in town in the area where we live. But you have to know where you are risk wise when you go home on Friday, because when we open back up Monday night, Tuesday, whenever it is here, people are going to be in weekend mode. And between there's two really big things: weather and geopolitical risks that could be uh,
Yeah, big
yeah.
moving. So great pop up there, Joe. Looking at this wheat market, we have turned negative, well off the overnight highs. July wheat overnight high was 717. We're hanging out at 695 right now. Looking negative. July 25 wheat. We've talked a lot about hedging this 25 wheat down 8 at 742. I want to pull up a chart for you, Tommy, because this is what struck me out. Looking at this wheat corn spread, right? Meaning what is wheat a premium to compared to corn? And we are getting close, not close, but we are getting in the territory of the Ukraine war, right? The green 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine. We saw wheat go parabolic, do some major spikes. But we're getting up into that territory where wheat is, what is that number, Tommy? Is it 230? Don't quote me
Oh
on the
yeah,
math.
yeah.
230, maybe more. Looking at that wheat corn spread. So interesting. So we hope, right, we close that gap by corn going higher, but I think we need to be ready for in case it goes the other way too.
Yeah, when there was a floor, there was a young man named Mike Murray. There's a lot of Murrays on the floor, and anyone watching this video who knew the Murray family, Tom, Mike, Mr. Murray, a lot of Murrays. But Mike Murray was a big wheat corn spreader. I still hear he's swinging it out there. Who knows which way he has it on? But I mean, when I tell you he would put on a lot of wheat against corn, corn against wheat, I, it, it's never really felt like a spread to me because it can go so far and it can hurt you so bad. But he used to get it on right, and he was he'd go with the trend and get it going. Nonetheless, interesting. So my question is, and I spoke to a client about it this morning: is wheat really overvalued, or is corn too cheap? With that, looking at the markets, they're a lot lower than where they started, and
Yep.
seasonally, if you have wheat to sell, we are not having quite the problem. The world is having a problem. Speaking of problems, we're going to break that down here in premium
Yeah.
content. Let's talk about what we did yesterday. Premium content yesterday. Pop that up, Joe. Yesterday, Justin Adar and I from the Thumb of Michigan, we talked about what's going on in Michigan. Is Michigan planted? Yes or no? Ohio. How is the mood of the farmer? As you all know, or if you didn't know, if you're a premium content subscriber, you know that Justin was an ag lender from 2008. So he always brings in the interesting perspective from banking, finance. And then we talked a little bear bull debate. We popped up our bear bull and said, hey, what do you think about wheat? What do you think about corn? What do you think about beans? And doesn't mean any of the things will happen. And then at the end, he finished the video with, I had my first client call today and say, let's lift the hedges. Let's re-own our hedges. And we all know how that works out. I heard you did a meeting here a few months ago and someone opened up the meeting with, well, what we did last year wrong was we were perfectly hedged and we bought everything back in and it just got worse from there. So not a big fan of the old let's lift the hedges. I guess it depends if you're not growing it, whatever. But there's enough crop planted in America that we are going to have a crop in 2024. Anyway, that was yesterday's premium content. Today's premium content, and we're going to go here after a few questions. Brian Bastian's going to break down wheat, world wheat, all wheat, Board of Trade wheat, KC wheat, Minneapolis wheat, what's going on in wheat, and we're going to go from there. That could be fun. All right, what is ATI Pro Media Premium Content? Let me tell it to you right here. $1 a day, $30 a month. What do you get? You get 6 emails, weekly newsletter. I can't read this fast enough. Premium videos, 6 videos, actual text, and I still have to slow that down.
Go,
Golly,
go.
I need help on the teleprompter. All right, questions,
Uh,
comments, peanut gallery. Pretty much a slow day.
let's
I have
look.
to.
Let's
Yes,
look
sir.
at. You want to talk a little bit Nvidia, right?
Yeah.
Earnings come out, and it's I wouldn't. It's not even a big deal, right? All eyes are going to be on what the Nvidia earnings are going to say. When's that come out, Tommy? Is that after
I'm
market
gonna I'm
close?
gonna go with like a 3:30 this
Yeah.
afternoon. Just heads up, not that many people out there are probably trading the Dow, the E-mini, or the Nasdaq, but in the old days, they would shut down the futures at 3:15 and open at 3:30, or shut down at 3:30, open 3:45, some gap like that. They keep them all the way open till 4. So now when earnings come out, the futures and options just really rock and roll. It's last time Nasdaq futures had a good day before the report, and then we went up 200 more on just one stock, but it's not just one stock. If you add up how big Nvidia is, it's bigger than like 90 some percent of all the it's a monster. It's become the
Yeah.
AI dominant machine. So just keep your eyes out for that. All right, here we go. Memorial Day weekend. Markets closed Monday.
Yep.
Trading will resume Tuesday at 8:30. We have a hard open. That's
Yes,
gonna be
I had
fun.
I had to double check that. I've been wrong on that before, but I did double check it.
It takes a
Hard
big
open.
man to admit when he's wrong, and that's not something everyone around here likes to do. Okay, we may adjust what time we live stream, right? We may live stream a little earlier that day, maybe go at 8, and we'll see. Or we can
Okay,
go at 9. It could be
I like
it,
that.
it could yeah, I think we might go a little early that day. We might do a little switcheroo. We can go twice. Now, no need to go twice. Depends what it looks like. I like to live stream on Sundays lately, but we're going to enjoy the holiday. All right, questions, comments, peanut gallery, anything
Yeah.
we missed on the
I
uh,
got something. Let's jump into questions. I got something. This is going to be for tomorrow's show. Tommy, I think it's time we need to take a peek at what fertilizer prices. I saw Nathan Mangold sent us an email just looking at nitrogen prices for next year. And I think that's a big topic, one that we don't touch on a lot. So hold me to that tomorrow, Friday. Let's do a quick fertilizer deep dive. So
that
questions.
sounds good.
Luke, what surprised me the most on my drive home from Valpo Monday was the amount of 3 to 4 foot tall corn standing in the fields. Probably saw 200 acres or so in northeast of Indiana, southwest of Michigan. Luke, I drove down Twins' birthday, took the afternoon off. We took them to the zoo for their birthday. So I drove south, right? St. Louis Zoo is about 2 hours from me. I couldn't believe, now, not everything's planted, but I saw a couple fields that made me question. I would kill to know the planting date because I saw the same thing. Just some good looking. It'll be knee high by the 4th of June, not July. So yeah, I'm right there with you, Luke.
To Luke's point, there could be several phases of when we pollinate. There could be all the early planted stuff, which could be 15, 20% of crop, and then we had a break, and then we had the next group planted, and then there's going to be the next group that goes in the next 2 weeks. So there could be a wider variety of when we pollinate. Great stuff. Hey, Brady, I could see in the camera. You good to do premium on Friday? You're going to do cattle and feed? Yeah, Brady is going to be Friday's cattle on feed Friday. That's good. And Brady can break it down, the futures, the options, the LRP, the whole deal. All right, questions, comments. Uh, what do you say? What did Luke say?
No, like poor corn from drought.
All right, Luke, if you're typing and driving, you gotta get together. Keep your eyes
And
on the wheel.
watching the show, Luke,
Yeah.
we care about you. Unless you got unless
Keep
you're
your
in a
hands at
cyber
10
truck.
and 2, 10 and 2. Look, I know, in that day drinking already. All right. No, it's great to meet Luke. Questions, comments, peanut gallery. I'm going to get off the show here in a few minutes. We're going to record with Brian Bassey, and we're going to do everything wheat. I think folks are going to start noticing the show's getting shorter. We're going to actually start doing a little bit more premium and a little less on the live. And as I ended the show yesterday, kind of be sometimes free is too expensive. Anything else you'd like to add before we go?
No, I think we covered it. Markets are pulling back. We're still looking positive on corn, soybeans, wheat's bouncing off the lows, but still negative so far. So we'll see that price action. Keep looking at it for the rest of the week.
NVIDIA after the close, everyone. That's a
Yep.
real big deal. Okay, I'm looking for a button to get out of here. Connor B, Assumption, Illinois. By the way, St. Louis Zoo, one of the finest zoos in all of America, correct?
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's a fantastic time. It'll really wear you out when you have the toddlers. I will say that. We were you can
Can
take
we
the little train. That's the break from walking, from grabbing, from pushing strollers. But
talk
we
about
had
the
a great
menu?
time.
I'm assuming there was some cotton candy involved.
Cotton candy, Dippin' Dots. We ate lunch there, Tommy. I don't even want to look at our bill, right? The
Well, you better
zoo's
start.
free. The zoo's free, but once
Oh
we
yeah,
get in there, we paid for a lot of enclosures by how much money we spent.
yeah. You better start smiling and dialing. Tommy G, Valparaiso, Indiana. Connor B, Assumption, Illinois. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.